So you've published your book, you've done some messaging on Facebook and all your other social media, still not getting the sales you're looking for. You want to take it to the next level? Why not think of AMS or Amazon Marketing Services ads? Want to learn more? Stick around. Hey everybody, it's Keith Wheeler with kwheelerbooks.com and ReviewMate's Facebook group. So, AMS ads. They're really easy to set up. Take a little work to get them tweaked, and I'll show you how to do that in the next few series of videos. But I know I've had people tell me that they want the videos to be a little bit shorter. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the first step in setting up AMS ads. We're not even going to get into the system. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on the most important part of AMS ads, which is your keywords. So I'm going to flip the screen around and we're going to get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up with keywords that we're going to use for our AMS ads. Now, unlike Kindle and CreateSpace that limit you to 5 or 7 keywords, for your AMS ads, you're going to want a lot more. Basically, what you want to do is maximize the amount of times people are going to see your ad. The more times people see your ads with relevant keywords, the better the chances they're going to click on your ad and purchase your book. So, my books usually, for my ads, I usually average between 200 and 400 keywords. So, to begin with, I'm going to put in the title of my book. Now, this particular AMS ad is going to be for my book, My Buddy Knows Numbers. Now, because it's for searches, the capitalization is irrelevant, so I'm just going to do all lowercase, and then I'm going to do variations of my title. Now, as you can see, I wrote the word numbers, but now I need to do variations of that, which would be number with no S at the end. Another relevant phrase would be counting. So as you can see, I've already come up with 6 keywords, and how about we'll do 1 to 10. There's 7 keywords right off the bat that I came up with that are relevant to my book. And now I'm going to show you how to take these 7 and you're going to turn them into hundreds that you can use for your AMS ads. Now what you want to do is you want to go to Google Chrome, and in order to do this the most accurately as possible is you're going to go into incognito mode. Now what incognito mode does is it removes the bias of your own personal searches that you do on your computer. So I'm going to go to Amazon. And then I'm going to go to books. Now, if you have a book that's just on ebook format, you can go to the drop down and go to the Kindle store, because sometimes the keywords slightly differ if it's just a Kindle book. But mine is in both Kindle and paperback, so I'm going to go with book. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take those keywords that I had and I'm going to put them in here, and I'm going to see what searches people are doing based on my keywords. Now obviously I'm not going to use my book as a keyword, but I will use the generic words like numbers. And as you can see, numbers, colors, shapes, numbers, flashcards, numbers, book, numbers, game. These are all relevant to my book. So I'm going to add those words and phrases into my list of keywords. So I'll go back to my Excel. And as you can see, I'm doing variations of these. So you do with the S, without the S. Because you're trying to account for every possibility that people might type in. So I did numbers book. Now I'll do numbers books. How about number book? Number books. Numbers flashcards. And then I've also seen people who do not put a space between flash and cards. So we're going to make it without a space. And then we'll go back and see what other flashcards, book, game. So I think we did all these, colors and shapes. So then now I'm going to put just the letter A and see what pops up. Numbers in U. Numbers and nerves is probably not relevant to my book, but definitely numbers in U we can try. Numbers in games. Numbers in games. And then I'm just going to change the A to a B. We already have numbers book, but numbers books for toddlers, we can do that one. Numbers books for kids, numbers book for babies, numbers book series. Now I did baby, and then what about plural? Numbers books with an S for baby. So as you can see, after just going through for a few minutes, I was able to come up with 26 keywords. And that was just by going just to the letter B. And I still didn't even do the for kids or book series one. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to change the B to a C and so on, and all the way through Z. And by the time I'm done with that, I'll probably have 50 to 100, maybe even more keywords right off the bat. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to take the keywords, and I'm not going to take all of them because some are going to be very niche, but I'm going to take generic ones like we'll just do numbers book. Select that one. And then I'm going to look and I'm going to see what are the top books on this page. And if you want to go 2 pages deep, that's fine as well. And I'm going to put the title and the author name of each of these books that are relevant. Obviously this one looks like it is definitely not relevant. This does not look like a children's book. Whereas this one, very well maybe, this one definitely is. So I'm going to go into each one and I'm going to write down on my keywords the title and the author's name for the first page, maybe the second, however far you want to go. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into each of these books and I'm going to click on it and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and I'm going to look at the, not necessarily the rankings, but more importantly, what categories these books are in. And then I'm going to click on each one that's relevant. So size and shape is not really relevant to my particular book, but counting definitely is. So I'm going to click on counting and I'm going to go in and I'm going to write down the title and author's name for the first 20, which would be the first page. Again, you want to go further than that, that's fine, but at least the top 20. Then I'm going to take an extra step and I'm going to go into hot new releases. These are the hot new releases for this particular category. This is a treasure trove of possible sales. And the reason why is these people these books are the hot new releases for that category. And the reason why they're the hot new releases is chances are these authors or publishers or both are doing some kind of advertising or promotions for their books. So by putting the title and author's name for each of these, you're basically riding the wave of their own promotions and advertising. So when someone goes in and they do an Amazon search for numbers and counting book, they're going to see your sponsored ad. Now, I know this sounds like a lot, and again, you're going to do the top 20. If you want to go further than that, that's fine. But at least the top 20 titles and authors. So by the time you're done with all this, between the searching of your titles originally and then adding an A to it, writing all those, adding a B, writing all those, and so on, and then doing the top 20 or the top page when you first do your search, and then going into each, and you're doing the title and the author's name, and then you're going into each of those books, and you're going into each category that's relevant to your book, and you're going to do the top 20 titles and authors' names. Then going into the hot new releases for that category and do the top 20 titles and author's name. You will easily have 200 to 300, maybe even more keywords. Like I said, it's not very difficult, but yes, it's time consuming. There is a better way. Dave Chesham, who you may know as the Kindlepreneur, has created a product called KDPRocket. KDPRocket does everything I just showed you within a matter of minutes. You come up with your first initial keywords, like I came up with 7 initially. You take each of those keywords, you put it into KDPRocket, you click the button that says Go Get 'em Rocket, and KDPRocket goes in and searches for for that keyword, adds an A to it, writes down all the search results, adds a B, does all the search results. Then it goes into each of the books on that first page. It goes in and writes the title and the author's name. Then it goes into each of those books, goes into each category, and does the top 20 titles and names. Then it even takes the extra step of going into the hot new releases for each category and does the top 20 books, titles, and authors. So all of that would take you, it usually takes me anywhere between 2 to 3 hours to do 300 keywords. You can do it in a matter of minutes with KDPRocket. KDPRocket also, if you've ever heard of something called writing to market, KDPRocket is great for that. And what it does is it will show you what books or what categories are hot new trends that have a lot of demand, and it also shows you what the competition is. And so you can use that information to determine if there's a high demand and not a lot of competition, then you might want to write a book for that particular genre or for that particular niche. Again, it's different. You're not writing what you necessarily want to write. This is more writing to market to make as much money as you can in what you know will sell in that particular area. So the question is, how much is KDPRocket? Right now, as of the recording of this, which is December 2017, KDPRocket is a one-time charge of $97. So less than $100, and you get everything I showed you. Saves you time, helps you make money if you want to try your hand at the writing to market. Even if you don't think you want to write to market, take a look at it. You might find that, oh, I didn't know that's a niche that's a hot trend. It might be something that you're familiar with, or you might be interested in you don't really care about that niche, but you're interested in maybe getting a ghostwriter to write a book for that niche. So again, all of that $97. I do know that Dave is planning in the very near future of making KDPRocket a subscription-based product. How much it's going to be a month, I have no idea. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be charged monthly, because I plan on using KDPRocket for the indefinite future. And so I just jumped at the chance of getting it for less than $100, done, and I don't have to worry about paying any subscription charges. So I will include a link to KDPRocket in the show notes below, so you can check that out. So that's really about it. I'm going to go back to this. And like I said, by the time you're done with that, whether you use KDPRocket or you did it manually, you should have easily 200 to 300, probably more, keywords and phrases and titles and authors in your spreadsheet or in your list, whatever software you're using. Now, the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you, first of all, as you're going along, make sure you save your document. But also, when you're done, you want to make sure that you remove any duplicates. So in my particular version of Excel, I just go to data and then remove duplicates. I don't have any, so I'm good to go. So that's it for this video. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, be honest. Give me a thumbs down. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Leave comments in the comment section below. I'm always interested in getting better, and I want to make sure that I don't waste my time or your time. So if you have any suggestions for other videos or something I'm doing right, something I'm doing wrong, leave it in the comments below. Also, hit that subscription button and the little bell icon in the corner, so that way you get alerted every time I put out new content. Right now I'm putting out new content at least once or twice a week, so you want to make sure you hit that bell icon so you get alerted for each of those. Also, head on over to the Review Mates Facebook group. We'd love to have you over there. It's a very active group. We are all about helping each other get reviews, helping each other learn as authors. So in the next video, what I plan on doing is I'm going to show you how to take your key list and your keyword list, and you're going to create an actual AMS ad with it. I'm going to show you why their keywords are so important, why it's important to have keywords that are relevant and not just keywords that, just so you can get a high number of keywords. It's more important to have relevant words and phrases than just a volume. And chances are, to begin with, you're going to have a huge list, and as you go, you're going to shrink it, and you're going to remove words, you're going to add phrases. That's fine. So we'll cover all that in the next couple of videos. So until next time, remember to write right.